How many get well cards did he receive to set the Guinness World Record? Was it A, 3,500, B, 350,000, or C, 3.5 million? Craig, can you tell us?
Well, you were close on the last one, but add another 350 million to it.
No. Is it all wrong?
350 million he got. But the Guinness Book was 33 million. Oh. Then they cut it off because it was just going on, and he still gets cards.
I'll still get cards.
You're still getting cards?
28 years old.
Let's introduce these amazing gentlemen first of all. Craig Shergold.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Chrissy B.
Nice to meet you as well. And who's this beside you? A very good mate of yours?
This is Mr. Stevie Blunder. I met him on holiday last year. He was a great bloke.
Now, before we get into your story, obviously, with, you know, the comedy and stuff like that, Craig, tell us about you. What happened to you when you were born and when you went through some difficulties? Well,
28 years ago, I was a boy who had a brain tumour and cancer, and I got the most get well cards, over 350 million.
Okay, but how did people know about the story in the first place? So you had brain cancer.
Yeah, the doctor came around by my bed. He saw all these cards by my bed. He said, this boy should go in the Guinness Book of Records. We just took it as a joke. But our friend was there and she said, let's go for it, Marion. That's my mum's name.
Yeah.
She started faxing her friends and it went all around the world.
Wow, what was it like getting so many cards?
It was brilliant. They all got me well.
Yeah.
I had cards from all the stars around the world. Kylie Minogue, Michael Jackson.
Really?
Nelson Mandela. I even got one handed to me, which I opened. It was from Bill Clinton. And before you ask, no, it weren't stuck together.
Did it teach you in life? Because obviously you went through a lot. You were young at the time. How old were you when you...
I was 9, coming up to 10 that year.
Okay, do you remember much of that time?
Yeah, I remember it like it was yesterday.
Really? What was it like when you, sort of, the things that you went through, and how did you kind of cope with everything?
Well, it was hard, but I had to joke around. That's how I got through cancer. By telling me jokes, by me telling jokes to people.
Yeah. I mean, some people would say it's kind of like you shouldn't really joke about things like that, but why is it actually important to tell jokes?
Because laughter is the best medicine, I think.
Yeah.
It helps you get through it. If you're miserable all the time, I was always miserable because I thought you were going to die.
Yeah.
But I had to try to keep laughing, keep going.
Yeah, okay. Now tell us as well, Craig, someone actually did help you with your operation and stuff. How did that come about?
Well, I was getting so much publicity at the time. England sent me home to die, and as we come home, Mother was going through the stacks of cards, and the first card she picked out was from a billionaire in America offering to pay for my operation over there. Wow. And what did that feel like? It was amazing. I couldn't believe it. I'll never forget it. I remember we went over there, done the operation, it was all fine. I remember going into the operating theatre, and my mum saying to the doctor, "Doctor, please don't ruin my son's good looks." The doctor said, "Ma'am, we'll have him look like a Hollywood great." Okay. I remember coming out of the operating theatre thinking, who will I look like? I was hoping to look like Beetlejuice. Do you remember Beetlejuice? Yeah. You can imagine the disappointment I got when I looked in the mirror and I saw Tom Cruise.
Now, did you ever meet this billionaire?
Yeah, I met him straight after the operation.
Really? And what was it like meeting him?
Oh, he cried his eyes out.
Really?
He said, I gave him a picture of me that Ronnie Wood drew of me as Rocky. Yeah, he was brilliant. I was telling him jokes. He said, you should be a stand-up comedian. And that's what I am today. That's what.
Okay, but before we get on to that, actually, this is how the two of you came together, right? So you met last year on holiday.
Yeah.
Just got chatting, did you, Stephen?
Yeah.
How was it?
He brightens up a room, Craig, and wherever we was in the hotel, he'd come in, and it just brightens up the day, you know.
Yeah.
But he was telling all old jokes, and I didn't know where he lived, or I knew he was from England because he come on the flight with us, but he could have lived anywhere. And I just said, "Oh, you should do stand-up comedy." And as he explained there, he's always wanted to do it since a little boy. I think it was his nan and granddad and his mum.
Did you know who he was, by the way, when you met him?
No, I didn't. No. And he was, and I said, "You should start." And he said, "I've always wanted to do it." And I said, "Well, perhaps I can help you because I've done stand-up comedy very badly."
No, you don't, Steve. You're brilliant, mate.
But it went from there. So when I come back, I had a gig. I hadn't gigged for a couple of years, and I had a gig come through for Mind, West Kent, and asked me to headline a show they were putting on. And I invited Craig along, and that was the start. And luckily, I filmed it. I said to his dad, "Is it okay if we film this?" Yeah. And it just went from there. And of course, his dad said, "I've got this original footage from 30 years ago of Mr. Kluge and the news clippings from America.
Yeah.
And it started us, and we've been filming. We've been sort of friends ever since. And it's just, and he does stand up now. He's doing 10, 15 minutes. Gets good laughs.
Brilliant.
Better than me, which is what I want and that's how it's gone. So it's just naturally progressed.
Yeah. And doing the documentary, what was that like for you?
It was part of the fun, because I found filmmaking late. I've done a few directing courses and stuff like that, and it just seemed something that I wanted to do. I'd done a feature film, a comedy film that was what it was. It's the first thing I did, and then when this started happening, it was a natural thing to film it, and you see the difficulties Craig has had to face doing it. He's had heckles, which the hard thing for me in doing the documentary was that I took Craig from a loving bubble into a world where you're gonna, perhaps not everybody's gonna like you. Yeah. Disability or not, as a comedian, not everybody will like you, and you can have an off day, and you can have a crowd that want to just ruin the evening. And Craig's had that; he's been heckled, but he comes back with such great lines that.
Shall we take a quick look at a bit of just have a look at this clip of the documentary?
This is my dream, and I'll never walk away.
When you put it on, know.
Not now we come this far. This is what my heart says. Feels like my life's in limbo. Every day I wait, look out the window, look far and wide for sign or symbol. Turn back time when life was simple, but things got really bad. We lost night, granddad and dad, and now it's time to fix up, man, and snap myself out of limbo land. See, I had this feeling, not just a feeling. I've been dreaming of succeeding. Massive crowds screaming, turn to my mans, they've been gleaming with their hands put right to the ceiling. And I'm doing it for the fans, just to get out of limbo land. Have you ever felt the need to write or the need to speak your mind? I'm an open book, so if you look,
comedy moments like the indulgence, let's get going.
Have you seen the light? Can you see what I see when you peek inside? Synchronize your watches,
Oh, my coat's got bigger.
until I spoke to him. The man upstairs, man, I swear the fools are holding in. So though the walls are closing in, I can force them open. So for the cause, I'm soldiering. This is my dream, and I'll never walk away. And I do what I do because this is what my heart says. Keep on fighting and never lose out on your dreams. See behind the scenes, it ain't ever one ever how do you have a dream? You feel that you need to chase. Where there's a will, there's a way they say, but still I feel that I need a break. But even if it kills me, I will still be on the case. Since the teen, I've dreamed of blowing up. When I was growing up, they said that I was 6, and now when I spit, it's like I'm throwing up. All over, yeah, alone. It's cold with no concern. Sick flows, I've loads for you. I rip shows to show you, sir. This is my dream.
It looks like a lot of fun as well, making it.
It was fun, yeah.
Yeah, did you enjoy it as well?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I've loved everything I've done so far. It's been brilliant.
And what's it like now actually kind of being able to fulfil this dream of yours of being a stand-up comedian, Craig?
I love making people laugh. I love making people feel better.
Yeah.
It makes me feel better and all because I'm doing it.
Yeah, okay. And what about this friendship that you have? Obviously, because you didn't have to help, did you? You just...
But it'd be easy to say, it's nothing, but it's a two-way thing. Anything like this is, if I weren't getting anything out of it, it'd be hard to bond and things like what we do. We banter, and people, if Peter was off camera, heard us talking to one, and say they're horrible to happen. That's part of the fun.
Yeah, okay.
And but yeah, so if it hadn't, as Craig has had as much fun, so have I. And that's so it's both getting something out of it,
And how do you feel about Stephen doing this all for you? Obviously he's getting something out of it as well, but how do you feel about having someone just put that much time in and do all that for you?
He's brilliant, I tell you. I fell in love with him when the first day I met him. Didn't fall in love with him, but I made friends with him as soon as I saw him on the coach. He had one of my shirts on. I said to him, "You got one of my shirts on, mate, but 20 size bigger."
Okay.
I'm always telling jokes, that's how we...
I did say I'd take you under my wing though, didn't I?
Yeah, I said as long as you've got deodorant on.
Okay. Now, Craig, I forgot what I was going to say now. You made me forget. I had such a good question. Yes, I know you were saying earlier, Stephen, about sort of the way people are sometimes. They can be a bit cruel and stuff like that. Did you experience any of that, and how did you handle it?
Well, on the comedy circuit, I heckled them back. I got them back.
Really? So that's okay.
I don't want to tell you how, because it might be a bit too rude.
No, don't say it, because this show airs at other times as well, don't worry. So you stood your ground then, basically,
Yeah.
which is really good. All right. So what's the future then for you in comedy, do you think? What's your biggest dream? What do you want to achieve?
To get out there, raise money for myself and my dad, because we're not rich or nothing. And I want to raise money for cancer and dementia, because my mum's got dementia at the moment. She's in
Really? Okay.
She's in a home.
All right. And so you've started that process already to start raising money? Or is it something that you want to do? You have, yeah?
With your one-man show that we're doing.
Do you know how much money I raised when I was little? Over £4 million.
Really? Wow.
Through my
That's
cards.
amazing. Yeah. By the way, do you keep any of those?
Only the famous ones.
Just the famous ones. Okay. All right. Now, Craig, we're going to talk about something else after the break, which is your love life, right?
Right.
Because as you now you are looking for a girlfriend.
That's right.
Okay. So when was the last time you had a girlfriend?
About 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Okay then. And you had been dating much lately?
Talking of slap and tickle, I was in Spain the other month. Got off with this really nice bird out there. She was playing the castanets. We just clicked.
We're going to go to a quick break, yeah? And then after the break, we are actually going to be bringing on dating coach Genevieve Zawada, and she's actually going to be helping you, Craig. So Genevieve, tell us, obviously you're going to be giving some specific tips for Craig, but also this is for the benefit of our viewers at home as well. How can someone and Craig find the perfect partner, would you say? And is there such a thing?
Is there such a thing? No, there isn't such a thing. I think people's expectations of what they're looking for in love can be very unrealistic, which is why they stay single for so long.
Yeah.
One of the first things I do when I'm working with a client is let's look at you, what you have to offer. Because at the end of the day, you attract what you give off. Okay. So it's really important to know who you are as a person, what your core values, your beliefs, and everything that's really important to you. And that goes for anybody and whatever age they are when they're dating. Okay. Once you know who you are, you can then start looking for someone that's going to match you in a really equal, balanced way.
And how would, for example, Craig go about looking for someone? Or obviously, because maybe, you know, he's got to a point he's being himself, he's investing in himself, or now what? What happens now, friend Craig?
Good sense of humour.
Yeah.
Anyone who have a laugh and truthful and honest.
Yeah. They're good
Truthful,
ones.
honest.
Truthful,
Okay.
honest, and
Nice.
good sense of humour.
Why is that so important to you?
Because that's what I am, truthful and honest.
Oh, that's nice. Okay. All right.
You got to be honest in a relationship.
Yes, I agree. Okay, so obviously, so what's the next step then? So he knows what he's looking for, he knows what qualities he has.
Yeah.
What's the next thing, do you think?
The next step is to really make a dating plan. Okay, how am I going to find the right partner? Where am I likely to meet the right person for me? So some people it would be working with a matchmaker like myself, some people it would be looking online, other times it could be going to events, dating events as well, which you can meet people face to face, which is always a good way, especially for someone like Craig where he'll be selling himself and his personality. Specialist websites, so if there are certain websites or apps that you feel, if you've got a passion for dogs, if you've got a passion for animals or, you know, sailing, all sorts of different things that really float your boat. Yours could be comedy. There's all sorts of different ones that are specific for something that you're looking for. And don't drink beforehand. You know,
but people kind of do that maybe to calm their nerves, don't they? Just
I
kind
know.
of be more confident.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it can be a disaster. It can be an absolute disaster to have too much to drink beforehand.
Do you have a little drink before you go out on a date, Craig?
Yeah, tea.
Tea's fine.
That's
Stick to tea. Stick to tea. Have a nice strong cup of tea. I think we'll allow him that one.
Yeah, that's all right. Okay, yeah, we'll let you off for that one.
So a simple drink. We're seeing a lot of people going for brunch, actually. A very easy brunch is becoming quite trendy.
That's an idea for you,
Yeah.
Craig? Brunch, a
Yeah,
brunch date?
she's turning American now. You're not French no more, Jenny.
For Craig, I would suggest nice pair of jeans, a white shirt. Just a nice white shirt, crisp white shirt, pair of jeans, and you know, just some nice smart and clean shoes.
Okay.
Oh, you said my shoes ain't clean?
No, I haven't said that.
That's why they're good.
No, they look perfectly clean to me.
The shoes are very clean and the hat's nice and shiny as well, I have to say. Craig, all the best with your search for the love of your life. I hope it all goes well, and let us know how it's going.
I will do.
And all the best also with your comedy.
Thank you very much, Chrissy. It's been a pleasure to meet you.
You too. Alrighty.